Hi, everybody. This is Yvonne DeVita. It's Scratchins and Sniffins Out Loud with Dr. Larry and Dr. Grace. And we're going to talk today about cats. Now we're into the indoor-outdoor.
We should talk a little bit about flea and heartworm control, Yvonne, because that's another thing in some areas. That we think about it for dogs all the time, but sometimes we forget about it with cats.
It also goes along with the indoor-outdoor issue. Don't they tend to pick up fleas more if they're outdoors?
They definitely do, unless they have
a
dog that goes outdoors and comes back in with the fleas, and then they can give them to the cat.
Exactly.
But they're definitely more susceptible if they go outside.
Other things you were going to talk about as far as flea control, Dr. Larry?
Well, I was just going to mention that, it's something that you need to consider with cats, too, because they can transfer fleas back and forth to dogs. They can get them from dogs. They can give them to you. They can infest the house with fleas. So just don't forget the cat when it comes to flea and heartworm control.
And so what about the indoor-outdoor issue? What do the two of you feel about that?
Grace and I talked about this up in Montreal. I think we're both in the camp from a health perspective for cats that they are just much better off indoors.
Definitely. I think most veterinarians would agree with that, unless there's some special reason why they have to be outside. When they're outside, they come in contact with other cats that carry fatal viruses. And, of course, there's always the cars that some cats aren't very road savvy.
And cat abscesses are one of the most common problems that, cats fight. There's intact males around, and you've got even a spayed female that is indoor, outdoor. They will come into contact with a tomcat, and they may get bitten in that encounter. They can spread viruses that way, but they can certainly pick up puncture wound abscesses from fighting with other cats, and those can make them quite sick.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, Dr. Larry, because back in the day, again, we treated a number of cats for that. In fact, one of the cats I had that used to go outdoors had a few. And sometimes you as the pet owner, you don't see it. You don't know it's there. And the infection goes wild before you suddenly see some pus dripping off of a wound on your cat.
Yeah, I mean, they can run very high fevers. They'll get very lethargic. They'll get very sick from the septicemia, from the bite wound. Cats have a lot of nasty bacteria in their mouth, and they just inject them with their little sharp teeth. But, the other thing is that feral cats are a big problem in this country. And it's not good for cats, and it's not good for wildlife populations in general. Songbirds, in particular, suffer tremendously at the hands of feral cats. So Claire, my daughter's cat, she used to keep that cat outside, and it would just kill me when that cat would deliver a dove or something like that on the front porch. So I finally convinced her that when she moved up to Albuquerque to take the cat inside, and she's done that. And, I think that cat's much safer as a result, and so is the songbird population.
And has the cat adjusted well?
Yeah, I mean, it took a little while, but the cat has a little perch in the window. It sits there, and I don't think that it has a long-term memory of its life as an outdoor cat.
My daughter has a cat that was a feral cat at one point, too, and, boy, he doesn't want to go outside anymore. He likes it indoors.
Interesting.
And there are a number of websites that are devoted to helping people move cats, transition them to indoors, and I've seen some pretty interesting kind of indoor-outdoor enclosures that people have made for cats. So if they feel that they need fresh air, that they need that type of stimulation, you can develop a happy medium with, it's almost like a screened-in porch for your cat, but it also is equipped with the cat habitats and the climbing areas and the perches, and it looks like a play area for a cat. So that's a nice alternative. If you think your cat needs some outdoor exposure, an enclosed room off of a porch or off of a kitchen can be an option.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, or you can actually train some cats to walk on a harness.
Yes, you can.
If you really think your cat should be outdoors, you can, protect it by being out there with it, with the harness, and it only has a certain area in the yard. So, but I'm with you guys. I think cats are better indoors, and if you provide a lot of playthings for them and those climbing posts and things for them to do, they're happy, and then they can sit in the window and look out the window. They love to do that. So yeah. I'm all for keeping them indoors.
Their life expectancy is definitely longer if they're an indoor cat.
Yeah, we did a post on that, and the statistic was shocking. It's almost their life expectancy is higher than twice,
I
something
bet.
like 3 times. They live 3 times as long as an outdoor cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that wraps it up for today. Thank you for your time today, Dr. Grace and Dr. Larry, and we will do this again soon.
Sounds
Okay,
great.
Yvonne.